Whose fetish is this? You made him Asian too. Do you have a fat Asian BBW obsession? What is this? What type of fetish is this? What is up, everybody? Welcome back to YouTube channel. In today's video, okay, now I can do the intro. As you guys know, I usually don't do scary videos, and I know the last one I posted was disappointing because it wasn't really scary. Well, I found the one that might actually be scary this time. That's right, guys. Today we are watching top 10 disturbing kids cartoons that shouldn't have aired. Hopefully this time is no clickbait, and you know, this feels more scary this time because it is way darker, and I can't wait. So without further ado, let's get straight into it.
Everyone's had that experience of watching a cartoon as a kid and accidentally getting traumatized by a disturbing episode or moment. Having my own childhood trauma, today I thought we could share our experiences together and look at the top 10 most disturbing episodes in kids TV shows. The list gets darker and darker as we move along, so without further ado, let's just get into it. Number 10, Rugrats. The Case of the Missing Rugrat. Rugrats ran for 9 seasons and 172 episodes during its original run, making it Nickelodeon's longest run.
Okay, is it bad that I didn't watch it? Like, I know of them, but I don't think I've ever watched the Rugrats. Maybe I did once when it would air, but I don't think I was there for, like, whenever it released. I don't know how old I should have been if, you know, I was to watch that.
And with a catalog that big, it's no surprise that some episodes got strange. While shopping at the grocery store, Grandpa Lou takes Tommy in the back seat of what he believes to be a rich man's old car, reminiscing about his days as a private eye. But while seated, his shopping cart starts to roll towards another expensive car, and as he gets out to go grab it, he realizes the car with Tommy inside has disappeared. It turns out the supposedly rich man had nothing to do with it. The car actually belongs to a butler named Max, who works for 2 wealthy and equally creepy sisters. Max suggests calling the authorities, but the sisters refuse and decide Tommy was destined to become the heir to their family name, thus kidnapping him.
I'm sure they'll send someone for the infant at once.
Oh, no, Max, certainly not. This child came here for a reason.
When Tommy tries to escape, they chase him down and drag him out from under the bed like a classic horror film.
Mister, it's Bostwick.
Yo, they look like zombies.
Oh, Bostwick, are you all
Yo, this shit, they did as remind me of Caroline. I used to be a little scared. Like, I like the way Coraline movies are, like the stop motions. I always used to feel like, kind of like eerie in a way. But that's what I love those movies so much, because it was made out of clay and it was so strange. I love those, man. I miss those movies.
I know that I'd be terrified to be tracked down by these 2 horrifying old ladies. Eventually, Grandpa Lou finds the mansion and demands Tommy back, only for the sisters to try to lie their way out until he proves he's really Tommy's grandfather. While the episode ultimately has a happy ending, the idea of 2 mentally unstable old ladies kidnapping a baby and trying to replace his identity is pretty disturbing for a kid's show.
Okay, I don't think it's as bad, mostly because whenever that show's airing, probably no kids even pointed that out. Yes, it's weird. It's not weird that they had it in there, but if you really like think about it, it's like, oh, in our world, that is weird, you know, but in the show, you know, it made sense. It was a premise, it was part of the episode, and they got a happy ending. So I don't think it's as bad. So far, you know, I know it's going to go from the, you know, not darkest to the darkest. So I can't wait to see the darkest. Hopefully this is not a disappointing video like last time.
Number 9, Captain Flamingo, The Last Stand. If you're at all familiar with my channel, you would know that this is my personal childhood trauma. In fact, I made an entire video just trying to track down this cartoon. Captain Flamingo was a somewhat obscure Canadian animated series on YTV. The main character, Milo Powell, is given sour candy from his mom after a grocery trip when he's summoned by his neighbor with the famous "Uh-oh, Flamingo" call. The little girl asks him to help with her pink lemonade business, which she started to fund her therapy, but Milo's cousin Wendell opens a competing lemonade stand and starts stealing her customers with the genius marketing tactic of free massages for anyone who buys his lemonade. Milo decides to use his sour candy to make a new sour lemonade to win customers back, but Wendell steals the candy and dumps it into his own batch, and when he drinks it,
lemonade I ever tasted.
What
It's
the
a
hell?
monster!
his face distorts into a monstrous puckered mess that leaves him physically unable to speak for the rest of the episode. And by the end, his face never reverts back to normal. Watching this as a child,
You did that to your cousin? To your own cousin? What? I'm not gonna lie, this is deep. That's your cousin in the story. I know sometimes like some characters will like something will happen to them, and then the next day they're back to normal. You told me that's how he got left off for the rest of the series? I'm not gonna lie, that is weird and creepy. I'm not gonna lie. Quick intermission. Sorry guys, but we are so close to
900
subscribers, and I really want to be able to reach it. So I thought if we can get to 1,000 subscribers, I will shave my head. That's right, guys. So if you guys want to see that, make sure you guys subscribe. Anyways, back to the video.
This scene terrified me.
I can
the
understand
image
why.
of his face grotesquely contorting was something I never forgot and kept me up at night. And
Not
I
gonna
know
lie,
that
that is
many
creepy.
others agree with me by this point that this episode
Look at
is
that.
disturbing.
That poor kid,
Number 8,
man.
Digimon Tamers, His Kingdom for a
Digimon.
Horse.
Ooh, I haven't
Digimon
heard that name in a
Tamers was
while.
the third installment in the franchise. Compared to the earlier seasons, it was way more mature, diving into grief, trauma, and identity. And this
Really?
episode is a perfect example of that shift. The episode opens with Jerry sitting beside Kalumon when she has a nightmare about the death of her mother. She stands before her mother's covered body while people whisper that
Jetrix.
she's running away.
Okay, I know. Hold on, sideline. I know. This is a scary video, but yo, I miss Jetrix. I used to watch this shit back in Mexico, bro. That's how long it's been. I don't know, yo. Y'all probably gonna say something. Damn, you old, or damn, you young, depending on who's watching this video.
Are you running?
Running away,
Or to nothing?
Yeah, this
She
is deep
turns
for a
down a
kid's show.
dark hallway and comes face to face with a zombified version of herself,
Oh,
holding a
hell no.
living puppet, while ghostly figures of the hospital staff chant destiny while standing above her.
Yo, this is like a 3-year-old kid. Why are they doing that?
It's psychological horror. It terrified a lot of kids that watched this back in the day. The visuals are unsettling, but what's even darker is how directly it addresses childhood grief and trauma. Keep in mind
Really?
that this is supposed to be a kids' adventure show.
Okay, that one I was a little bit more confused because I understand what they were going for. Like they were introducing grief and stuff. Maybe that was for like a little older audience, not old, but I'd say like teenage type of audience where it's like they're understanding grief, they're trying to understand identity and stuff like that. But that's yeah, for an adventure show. I mean, that's like saying in Pokemon. I mean, to be fair, in Pokemon they also have like very dark stuff. Like I know the Pokemon that wears his mom's skull, like that is So I was gonna say in Pokemon, imagine they did that, but I feel like Pokemon does have that, so I can't really compare them to that. But back then I feel like I would definitely feel weirded at it, but I wouldn't really understand it if I was a little kid.
Number 7, Looney Tunes.
Looney
Pigs is
Tunes.
pigs. Piggy Hamhawk, not to be confused with Porky Pig, is
Oh.
glutton obsessed with food. During dinner, he prays for more food and ties everyone's spaghetti together so he can try to eat off their plates too. To be honest, he's pretty unlikable, but that's besides the point. Later that night, he
She's like a
dreams about
Cersei.
wandering into a lab of a mad scientist. At
that
first,
Cersei
Piggy looks
from the
uneasy,
Odyssey?
but that shortly disappears when he's shown a massive buffet. He sits down and suddenly he's strapped into a torture machine that force feeds
shit.
him nonstop. The imagery here is pretty horrifying. He's stuck there for seemingly hours, being stuffed until he's grotesquely bloated, looking
Yo,
like
whose
he's
fetish
ready.
is this? Whose fetish is this? You made him Asian too. Do you have a fat Asian BBW obsession? What is this? What type of fetish is this? Nah, but if you really think about it, that is pretty like weird. What was the premise of the show? Like, was there a reason? Well, was it like teaching you what not to be greedy, not to eat too much? Like, why were they doing this type of scenes like this?
Looking like he's ready for
Jesus.
some kind of Thanksgiving feast, until, not before long,
probably gonna
finally
feed him.
exploding. He wakes up from this nightmare and immediately goes back to eating right after. It's a surprisingly dark allegory
Oh.
for greed, but was wrapped up
Oh,
in
it
this
was for
old
greed,
cartoon
okay,
for
yeah.
kids.
To be fair, old cartoons were like that, They were weird, they were very traumatic like. So yeah, I'm not really that surprised.
Number 6, The Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack.
Oh my God, I missed
Premiering in
this.
2008, The Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack
watch
stood out
this all
from
the time.
everything else on Cartoon Network at the time. The show mixed
Yep.
nautical adventure with grimy, unsettling animation. In
Mm-hmm.
the episode I See You, it starts with Flapjack excitingly asking Knuckles what kind of adventure they'll go on, which turns into a spy mission to see what Bubby, the talking whale they live inside, does while they're away away, and they find her spying on the Candy Barrel, a bar owned by Peppermint Larry, who's arguing with his wife about an affair with a gingerbread woman. But the strange part, Larry's wife is a real stop-motion candy figure, while everything else in the show is 2D. She only ever slightly moves once the entire episode, and it's never really clear if she's actually autonomous or not. Later, Larry sits with her as she spikes his drink with pickle juice, sending him into a hallucination.
Are you sure you mixed the strawberry juice correctly?
Jesus, look at his gums.
It's kind of strange.
Larry also seems extremely concerned, asking about a candy-proof vest, essentially insinuating here that she would kill him with a candy gun. But to me, the mix of live-action textures, eerie silence, and implied sentience makes this one deeply unsettling, even by Flapjack standards. Number 5. Salute Your Shorts, Zeke the Plumber. Salute Your Shorts was a Nickelodeon live-action sitcom that aired in 1991, set out of summer camp. And although it only lasted for one season, it's gained somewhat of a cult following online. The activity for the night is a scary story about the camp's history. One kid tells them about a guy from a long time ago named Zeke, who used to clean all of the toilets around camp. One day, while outside digging a hole, he hit a gas pipe and couldn't smell the gas. He makes the mistake of lighting a match, which explodes him. And the kids say that all they ever found of him was a part of his upper lip and a toilet plunger. Apparently, this plunger is cursed, and everyone who touches it will be haunted by him in their dreams. And in the middle of the night, a kid named Michael wakes up and spots Zeke the Plumber by the toilet, wearing this strange mask that covers his face as he stands there in the dark.
Harry the Hippo? Hey, where'd you get him from?
From inside your head. That's where you keep all the things you don't want anybody to know about.
Michael eventually wakes up, but later another camper has their own nightmare about Zeke, where she's stuck in this ballroom and forced to dance with him. Michael, the kid from earlier, makes a bet with the kid that made up the whole Zeke story to stay out all night and see if Zeke catches him. And in the middle of the night, Zeke appears in front of the kid and yells at him that he plans to collect his head and put it in the bucket.
And give me your head.
Eventually, Zeke is trapped, and they reveal that it was a camp counselor in disguise the whole time. And I can totally see how the story mixed with the visuals and the demanding of
I'm not
collecting
gonna lie, I think if I did see that, I would be scared. I would definitely feel traumatic. I'd be like, hell no, I can't watch this. Because I was definitely not, like right now, even to this day, I'm not a person that likes to go see scary movies or hear anything scary, you know. Like doing this alone, this shit scares me. You know, I'm always seeing this part of my camera because it's so dark. I feel like anything can crawl in it. I'm super scared.
Not to mention that there were these nightmares happening to the kids. And the icing on the cake here is describing in detail a gas explosion that leaves behind only someone's lip. I think it's pretty fitting for this one to be on the list. Number 4, Invader Zim, Bad Rubber Piggy. Zim invents a space-time object replacement device that lets him send objects back in time. He uses it to sabotage Dib, his human nemesis. In a fit of rage, Zim throws a pig plushie into the machine, which travels back in time and causes Dib to crash his tricycle, leaving him with brain damage. Each time Zim sends another pig, Dib's injuries and brain damage only get worse. He slowly loses all of his teeth and even his arm, and eventually ends up on a life support breathing machine. In the future, Dib's face is covered in scars, his speech is slurred, and veins are popping out of his head everywhere as he screams for revenge.
I don't know how, but I know that it's you. Rubber piggies have ruined my life.
For a Nickelodeon show, this one is surprisingly dark. I don't know whose idea it was to revolve an entire plot around crippling a kid through time travel, but I found this one to be
this is straight up just torture. Was this show ever this dark? Like, imagine turning this shit on Saturday, like, I'd say Saturday, 8 p.m. or whenever this shit would air, and you seeing this, one of the enemies gets straight damn near killed. I don't know if I would, as a kid, I don't know if I would be happy about that, or I don't know how I would react.
Number 3. Courage the Cowardly Dog, the Great Fusili.
Okay, Courage, every single time he was on screen, I would deadass get scared. Especially because of this one. Yo, I love watching that show, but I would dead get scared.
Number 3. Courage the Cowardly Dog, the Great Fusili. While King Ramses'
Return
Curse
the
is
slab.
often remembered as Courage's scariest episode, the Great Fusili might
Oh my God,
actually
that-
be darker.
Yep.
Fusili, a talking alligator and stage performer, arrives at the farmhouse promising Eustace, Muriel, and Courage fame and fortune. But once they step on stage and perform, Courage discovers a room full of hanging,
Oh,
lifeless
shit.
puppet corpses with 3 empty hooks waiting for him and his family. By the time he tries to intervene, it's already too late. Both Muriel and Eustace have already been transformed. He ends up scaring Fusili and he
He's turning
falls
all of
off
them
of the
to
stage
puppets.
platform and is transformed himself. But in the end, Courage is seen all alone in the house, operating their limp puppet bodies, pretending they're still alive, implying here that they are dead and there's no real way to turn anyone back.
Holy shit. Okay, that got dark. But that's Courage, you know. I love that show because of this. But like I said, by the next episode, they would probably be back to normal. If not, if this is how they ended it, I'm not gonna. That is very like bizarre and creepy.
Including that entire closet full of corpses from earlier. It's a silent and hopeless ending, and in my opinion, one of the darkest to come out of a kid's cartoon.
Yeah.
Number 2, The Animals of Farthingwood, Between Two Evils. This British animated series from the 90s was based on a
Disney.
series of children's novels, but it didn't shy away from harsh realities. In this episode, the animals are seen migrating when they reach a wide road filled with cars. The smaller animals are exhausted and want to turn back, but with a hunt happening behind them, they have no choice but to cross. As they
No.
attempt it, the exhaust fumes make them sick, and Whistler the bird carries the smaller ones across. Many animals make it successfully, but well, an elderly hedgehog couple are too spiky to be lifted. This is when they attempt to cross the street on their own. And while they're crossing, in the middle of the road, the husband freezes in fear and begins to have a full-blown panic attack.
Whatever you do, dearest, don't curl up.
You can literally see the anxiety come in his eyes as they run blank. And when his wife turns back to try to help him, they're both hit by a truck and killed instantly. This one is
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if it's because I'm desensitized or because I'm older. But looking like right now, I'm not being really affected by it. But if I really put myself in the shoes of like I'd say a 5-year-old kid, I'd probably be crying because it's like, hey, those 2 animals just died. What the hell? You know, like I'll feel away. I'll feel traumatized.
This one is especially tragic, as I feel like it's not really often that anxiety is even depicted in children's TV.
Yeah,
but then the
that is,
fact that they show
rare.
the anxiety attack caused 2 animals to pass away, I'd say that it's nothing short of disturbing.
Yep.
Number 1, SpongeBob SquarePants, Hiccup Plague. Released worldwide in 2020, this episode was actually banned in the United States for nearly a
Really?
year due to its content. It starts with 2 kids creating the quote worst case of hiccups in history
Pandemic.
inside a bubble and sending it to SpongeBob as a prank. He then spreads the hiccups like a virus across Bikini Bottom to Mr. Krabs, who gives it to Mrs. Puff, and then even a group of jellyfish. But when Bubble Bass catches it, he hiccups so hard that his body turns completely inside out.
Huh? Whoa.
Exposing his organs as he runs away screaming. Later, he then reappears panicked and delirious, warning everybody that the hiccup plague is real.
Oh hell no.
Save yourselves!
The body horror imagery is shocking for SpongeBob, and with the
Yeah.
episode's eerie parallels to the pandemic, Nickelodeon delayed
That's
its
what I
US
thought.
release for months. It's easily one of the most horrifying visuals that I've seen in a children's cartoon.
I'm not gonna lie, that one is like the most weirdest one. Definitely more. I would definitely be creeped out if I was watching that shit as a 5-year-old kid. Imagine turn that shit on like 7 p.m. and night. You just trying to chill in the living room, and that's the shit that happens. I'm not gonna lie, I would be scared too. Anyways, that is the end of the video. You guys let me know what you guys think about this, and let me know what's your trauma or something you got from a cartoon that you guys watched that scared you. Let me know all that in the comments below. I'm really interested if you guys got any like scary movies or anything. I'm really curious about you guys' story with anything that like scary cartoons, or if you guys watch scary videos or movies, or even scary stuff that happened to you guys. Let me know all that in the comments. Let me know all that in the comments below. And if you guys haven't yet, make sure you guys like and subscribe so I can cut my hair, guys. This hair is so long. Look at this. You see how long this is? Look at this. This hair is getting so long. So make sure you guys like and subscribe so you guys can join these people. Okay? These people want my hair to be gone. I've been growing it for you guys, and I don't lie. You know, I will cut it, I will shave it off. If you guys want it bald clean, I will get it bald clean. But make sure you guys subscribe to join my group of people, you know what I'm saying? This is the credits for every movie, and these are the people that will shave my head, you know what I'm saying? They will hold me accountable, because if they don't, I own each and one of them $100. Anyways, that is the end of the video, and I'm gonna go turn on my lights before I get scared. Goodbye, everybody. Take care.